I started my leg workout with the leg press machine. Let's start with the stretching. Here I'm stretching my quads, and I actually recorded everything in the gym, but for some reason I was on mute. So now I have to re-record. Now I'm re-recording everything. Yeah, it is kind of messed up. So here I'm actually starting with warm-up set with one plate. I actually joined gym yesterday after a long time, after 1 year. Whole summer I worked out at home and in the park. I did more of a calisthenic workout. Now the weather is bad and and the kids at home, so it's better to work out in the gym. As you as you pressing it up, on the press up, you exhale. When you bring the weight down, you inhale. The breathing is very, very important. Most of us don't breathe. We hold our breath at the time of doing exercise, which is very, very detrimental for your health, especially for your heart. So I did 2 sets of warm up with one plate. Next, I will move into my working set with 2 plates. So here I'm stacking one more plate each side. I forgot how many sets I actually did, but this is just the beginning of my working set. So having the fit shoulder width is very important if you want to concentrate on both side of your quads. When your fit is inside, like close to each other, then you are focusing more on your outer quads. If the fits are apart, like more than shoulder width apart, then you are focusing on the inner side of your quads. So I'll be adding one more 45 plates. Each side. It's kind of messed up that I'm re-recording everything. It's been a year that I actually did my legs. My legs are the weakest body part in my entire body, and the calf muscle are very hard to grow for me. As you can see here, I'm talking, but something was wrong with the audio, the microphone. But yeah, so this is my second working set with 3 plates each side. I try to go at least the 90-degree when I bring the weight down. So I'm trying to fatigue my quads. I don't focus too much on like the heavy weight. I try to concentrate on my quads like every repetition. I prefer quality over quantity. So here I'm stacking one more 45 plate. On the other side, because I ran out of 45 plates, so I'm actually stacking 125 and 2 10s, so which is 45. Well, this is one thing that I hate about Planet Fitness, that they don't have enough weight. The highest dumbbell they have is 75. Can you imagine? Ah, so this is my third working set. Yeah, let's go. I'm doing it slowly, so that I could focus on my quads more, and the weight is getting heavier. As the weight gets heavier, the movement becomes slower, which is usual. So now uh, I actually got 2 plates from the Smith machine rack. So I'm stacking one more plate on the right side. Now I have 5 plates on the right and 45 plates on the left. Then I'll be adding the 25 and 2 10s so that it matches the right side. So this is, I think, my final working set. After that, I will jump into drop set. I can't imagine my microphone didn't work. As you can see that I'm talking, but you guys cannot hear anything because the audio was off. Oh. So I try to keep my chest up, keep my core tight, also my hip stabilized before I actually start the workout. Very important. If you mess up your hip, the hip muscle is very important. You cannot mess up your hip. If it's messed up, then any work that you do will be very, very difficult and painful. I gained some weight. Gotta lose those weight. Hate that. So as you can see that I'm bringing the weight down slowly. Bringing the weight down so that the angle that I form is 90 degree. I promise I'm gonna lose that weight from my stomach. Got fat. So here I'm doing my first drop set with the 4 plates each side. Catching up my breath. Getting prepared mentally, because I know that I have to do drop set with less break in between. I think I'm doing, yeah, six reps per drop set. So I'll go take out one more plate, and I'll do my second drop set with 3 plates each side. Again, focusing on my form as I'm doing it. Now six reps done. I'll go take out one more plate, which will be my last drop set and the last workout for this leg press machine. At this point, my quads are pretty toast. Yeah, last drop set. I think I did 6. Next, I'll move into my so this is a leg curl machine, seated leg curl machine, and I hate seated leg curl machine. Sad thing is, Planet Fitness they don't keep lying leg curl machine, which is my favorite actually, and it's more natural when you do the exercise. But if it's seated, it's gotta focus on your core, gotta focus on your hip, gotta focus on whether or not there's a gap between the back pad and your waist. Yeah, I hate this exercise, but there's nothing I could do. If I knew that they don't have this machine, I would have gone to LA Fitness. So this is my first set of leg curl. I actually forgot to record the second set. This is my actually third set going on. As you can see, it's difficult to extend your leg fully, completely, because there is no way I could do it. And I also have tight hamstring naturally. Some genetic came into play here. So I try to keep my form as clean as possible. I wish I could focus more on my hamstring hair, because there's many other factors that I have to keep in mind, like keeping the waist to the pad, no keeping no gaps. So next I will move to squat. As you can see, since this is a long break, after a long break I came to gym, and so I want to take it light. So I'm starting my first warm-up set with the 25 plate. I do stretch all the time. Yeah, I'm stretching my hamstring and my lower back. It's very important to have flexibility. What would you do if with the big muscle if you are not flexible? A lot of people make mistakes when they put too much emphasis on the getting bigger, but when as they get bigger, their muscle gets tighter and they lose the flexibility. For me, it's a complete waste of body. You need to be flexible. Look, I'm 33 years old. When I was young, I focused on lifting more weights because I knew that where I actually made the mistake. I lifted so many weights, my ligament in different areas of my body became tighter. My hamstring was so tight, and genetically I have tight hamstring. Uh, if you don't have if you have flexible hamstring, some people can get away with it. So these days I'm focusing more on stretching. I put the same emphasis on stretching as I'm doing on my workout. So I'm taking it easy, focusing on the quality of the set rather than the weight that I'm lifting. As you can see, I'm talking, but the audio is off. Microphone didn't work. It's also very important that you keep your chest up as you're doing the exercise, as you're squatting, and also keep your core tight, keep your abs tight, keep your middle section tight. If you keep the middle section tight, it will put less pressure on your hip and waist. Okay? And put the bar in a way on your traps that you are comfortable. Make sure you don't put the bar on the bone or on the trap. That is very, very bad. As you can see, I'm trying to go as deep as possible. If you go too deep, you will put too much pressure on your lower back. That's something that you should avoid at any cost. As you can see, I'm stretching here, my lower back and my hamstring. Yeah, it's very, very recommended to do stretching after the workout, before the workout, and whenever you get a time. If you get free time, if you're working all day home, sitting, then it's like a must that you should stretch like every 30 or every hour for 2-3 minutes straight. Because as you're sitting down, you're putting you're not moving, you're not active at all, and you're sitting on the chair in a position that's unhealthy sometimes. Because when you focus on the screen, you hunch. When you hunch, your lower back is not in good position, and then your lower back is not in good position if you don't have good chair. So altogether, I mean, it's better to do stretch while working sitting all day. I'm talking about for those people who actually work on the computer all day. 9 to 5, can you imagine? For 8 hours you're sitting. I myself, I work on the computer all day, even more than 9 to 5 sometimes when I'm doing other things than my work job. So yeah, stretch, stretch your hamstrings, stretch your calves, stretch your quads. I will make a separate video for just stretching. I'm not a pro in stretching, but I could do some. Yeah, as you become older, stretching becomes mandatory, and it's something that you should never avoid. I think this is going to be my last set. So 45 each side. So as you can see, this is a safety bar which you can use, because sometimes what happens is if you squatting too much weight and you cannot bring it up anymore. Let's say you are in 7 reps, you are trying to do 8 reps, but you cannot bring it up, you cannot squat it up. But at that point you can just leave rack the weight on that safety bar. Yeah, trying to keep my form clean. Here I'm doing a leg extension for my quads. It's more of a definition work, isolation movement. It keeps it gives you a good sweep on your quads. So here I'm doing some warm-up sets. Now this is going to be my second or first working set, either one of them. As I lost my audio, it's hard to tell. Yeah, this is good. This is actually my warm-up set, my second warm-up set. Yeah, enjoy the rest of the leg extension. Yeah, enjoy the rest of the leg extension workout. Yeah, so this is calf raise, standing calf raise. It's very important to go all the way up and all the way down. Um, my calves are the weakest of them all, so I try to do it every other day. My calves are every 3 days. We walk on our calves. We walk on our feet all day long, right? If we treat our calves the way we walk, if you don't pound like heavy weight. But problem with the heavy weight is you cannot control the weight with control the heavy weight when you do calf raise. then there is no use of doing calf raise. So I would suggest do a lot of repetition, a lot, like more than 100, more than 150 reps per day. Not per day, like every whenever you do calves. And it's very important to, it's very important if you stretch your calves. What happens is if you don't stretch right, then you just do the contraction, like way down and way up. And here, as you can see, when I'm going down, I'm actually stretching. So this way, if I do less stretching on my calves, it's it's understandable. But if you don't do any stretching, and if your reps are not as good as this, like if you don't go all the way down, stretch your calves, and just focus on the contraction on the way up, then when you go home, I'm telling you, you're gonna have very sore calves. That soreness is not from just workout. Like that means that sometimes it will be sore. Your calf will be sore. Your muscle gets sore when you do have a good workout. Sometimes it becomes sore when you have an injury. With the bad form can lead to injury. So it's very important to focus on good form. Sometimes our ego can distract us from lifting smarter. So yeah, enjoy the rest of the workout. This is it. I'll see you in next video.